If you're wondering whether a woman has an interest in you, her body language can provide some insightful hints. While everyone expresses attraction in their own way, certain signs often suggest she may be drawn to you. By observing her posture, gestures, and eye contact, you can often tell whether she's just being friendly or showing deeper interest. Let's explore some of the key body language cues that may indicate she likes you. She maintains eye contact. When a woman likes you, her body often gives away more than she realizes. A powerful, subtle clue is her eye contact. If she's engaged in a conversation with you and maintains strong eye contact, it's a sign that she's genuinely focused on you. Our eyes have a way of revealing our emotions, and if her gaze lingers on you, it shows she's emotionally connected to the moment. On the flip side, if someone feels disinterested or uncomfortable, they may avoid eye contact, directing their gaze elsewhere. Pay attention to whether her gaze stays locked with yours while she's talking to you. This kind of eye contact signals that she's interested in connecting on a deeper level. Combine this with other positive behaviors, and you can be fairly confident that she's drawn to you. She finds subtle ways to touch you. Hands are an honest reflection of what's going on in the mind. When a woman is interested in you, she may unconsciously engage in subtle hand gestures, like adjusting a necklace, fiddling with a ring, or smoothing out her clothes. These small movements might seem insignificant, but they serve as a way for her to release nervous energy and show her attraction to you. For example, if you're talking and you notice her playing with her necklace or adjusting her clothing, it's not just about the object. It's her way of letting you know you've caught her attention. These little gestures are often a subconscious way of drawing your focus to her or calming her emotions when she's nervous or excited around you. She tilts her head when listening. Another important signal is when she tilts her head as she listens to you. This gesture suggests curiosity and engagement. When she tilts her head slightly while you're speaking, it shows she's intrigued by what you're saying and is emotionally invested in the conversation. This is a clear indicator that she's paying close attention to you and wants to connect more deeply. She adjusts her posture. One of the most telling body language cues is when a woman adjusts her posture around you. If she straightens her back, lifts her chin, or subtly alters her position when she notices you, it suggests she's trying to present her best self. It's her way of subconsciously highlighting her features and showing that she cares about making a good impression on you. When she adjusts her stance to make herself look more poised or confident in your presence, this is a clear sign that she wants to catch your attention. Pay attention to how her posture changes when you enter a room or approach her. If she shifts in a way that makes her appear more attractive or composed, it's a sign of interest. She plays with her hair. Another common sign that she likes you is when she plays with her hair. If you notice her running her fingers through her hair, twirling it, or adjusting it frequently while talking to you, this often indicates attraction. This behavior is an unconscious way of showing she wants to look her best in front of you. How to respond to these cues. If you pick up on these signs, you don't need to overthink them. Just continue the conversation naturally, showing your own interest and confidence through body language. Maintain an open posture, smile genuinely, and engage with her in a way that makes her feel comfortable and valued. By recognizing these subtle body language cues, you can create a deeper, more meaningful connection without needing to rely on words alone. Keep your approach genuine and let the natural chemistry unfold. If you've noticed her too, that combination of visual and physical connection will help her feel at ease and encourage her to keep showing interest. Speaking of expressions, let's move on to something even more telling: her smile. When a woman is interested, her smile can appear at the most unexpected moments, often before you've even said something funny. Let's take a closer look at this. A woman's smile is one of the most powerful nonverbal cues, but there's one particular type of smile that really stands out. The one that comes out of nowhere, even before you've cracked a joke or said something witty. When someone laughs at your jokes, even if they're not the funniest, it's one of the clearest signs they enjoy your company. It's a simple, yet powerful way of showing comfort and happiness without needing any particular reason. Imagine you're telling an ordinary story, and you see her smiling as she looks at you. It's as if your mere presence brightens her day. That spontaneous smile is a strong indicator of her genuine interest in you. In female psychology, attraction often manifests in natural facial expressions. These smiles aren't forced. They're genuine reactions to how she feels when she's with you. And the interesting part? She might not even realize she's smiling. So, if you catch her giving you this type of smile, don't ignore it. It's a silent invitation to keep the conversation going, to build that connection, and to nurture the bond already beginning to form. How should you respond? A warm, sincere smile in return will acknowledge her unspoken message, creating a shared moment that strengthens your connection. But smiles aren't the only clue that someone is interested. Sometimes, more subtle body language cues reveal her desire to get closer to you. Let's dive into how these small, almost unnoticed movements might help bridge the gap between you. If you're finding this video useful and noticing these subtle signs you may have missed before, be sure to like and subscribe to support the content. Stick around till the end, as we'll dive into even more surprising signals of true interest. When a woman's interest is genuine, it's often shown through subtle, casual movements that have a clear purpose: to get closer to you. For example, without any apparent reason, if she adjusts her position to move nearer to you or takes every chance to close the distance between you, it's a powerful sign of attraction. Let's say you're in a group conversation, and without you noticing right away, she shifts slightly toward your side. Or perhaps you're sitting at a table, and she positions her body or arm to align closer with yours. These movements aren't abrupt or overly obvious, but they're natural gestures driven by her instinctive desire to connect. Psychologically, when we're drawn to someone, our instinct is to move closer, to share personal space. It's a way of feeling connected without crossing physical boundaries, yet still making our interest clear. How can you confirm this is a genuine signal? Pay attention to whether she does this only with you. If she doesn't display the same closeness with others, it's a strong sign that her attention is focused on you. If you notice this, don't shy away or act uncomfortable. Let the closeness remain and respond with a relaxed, open demeanor. If you feel confident, you can mirror her gesture with a small movement toward her. This not only strengthens the connection, but also signals that you're open to her interest. Now let's move forward. When a woman is interested, Her body language doesn't just reflect physical proximity, but also the way she mirrors your movements. This sync between you and her often feels like an unplanned dance. Let's explore how this works next. When a woman is genuinely interested, she may begin to unconsciously mirror your body language. This is known as unconscious mirroring, and it's one of the clearest signs of attraction. Without even realizing it, she might start mimicking your movements, posture, or even the tone of your voice as her body instinctively seeks to connect with you. Imagine you cross your arms while talking, and a few seconds later you notice she does the same. Or maybe you take a sip of your drink, and suddenly she does too, even though her glass had been sitting untouched. These subtle gestures aren't coincidences. They reflect how in sync her mind is with yours, and a clear sign that she feels comfortable in your presence. Psychology tells us that mirroring is a way to build connection and express interest. It's as though her body is saying, "I'm with you, I understand you, and I'm interested in what you're doing." Since this behavior is unconscious, it's an authentic signal of attraction. If you notice her mirroring you, use this moment to deepen the connection. Keep the conversation flowing and observe how her gestures continue to align with yours. But remember, you don't need to make it too obvious. You don't need to point it out or change your movements abruptly to test it. Just enjoy the moment and let the natural synchrony work its magic. Speaking of synchrony, there's something else that shifts when a woman is interested: her tone of voice. It may become softer, warmer, or even slower when she speaks to you. Let's explore this further in the next point. When a woman is genuinely interested, her tone of voice may subtly change. It could become warmer, slower, or even softer when she speaks to you. This isn't something she's doing on purpose. It's a reflection of how she feels in your presence and her desire to make a more personal connection with you. For example, imagine you're in a group setting, and while talking to others, her tone remains neutral and direct. But when she addresses you, her voice takes on a different quality, as if she's trying to make the moment more intimate. Even in a crowded room, this small detail carries a lot of weight. Psychology explains that this shift happens because emotions influence how we communicate. When a woman is interested, her body and mind work together to convey a sense of closeness, and one of the most subtle yet powerful tools she uses is her tone of voice. If you notice a shift in how she speaks to you, take it as a chance to deepen the conversation. Respond calmly and attentively, matching the warmth in her tone. This creates an atmosphere of mutual trust and strengthens the connection between you. But it's not just about the way she speaks. It's also about what she chooses to share. When a woman is interested, she tends to reveal more personal details, creating a unique bond. Let's explore how these moments of sharing can be a clear indication of her interest. When a woman feels drawn to someone, she often shares deeper, more meaningful details about her life. It could be something personal, a profound thought, or a story that she wouldn't typically mention in casual conversation. This isn't something she does with everyone. If she opens up to you, it's because she wants to create a closer, more meaningful connection. For instance, you might be talking casually, and out of nowhere, she says something like, "Not many people know this, but I've always wanted to learn the piano," or, "This place reminds me of a tough time in my life." These aren't just random thoughts. They're signals that she trusts you and wants to offer you a glimpse into her world. From a psychological perspective, sharing personal details is a way to build emotional intimacy. When she talks about things she usually keeps to herself, it shows that she wants you to connect with her on a deeper level. So, how can you make the most of these moments? Listen attentively, ask thoughtful questions that show genuine interest, and let the conversation flow naturally. If she feels respected and valued in these exchanges, her trust in you will deepen, strengthening your connection. Here's another sign to watch for. When a woman likes you, she'll often find reasons to extend the time you spend together, even when it's time to part ways. Let's take a closer look at this behavior. When a woman enjoys your company, goodbyes become more than just a simple farewell. Even in brief interactions, she'll look for ways to prolong the conversation. She might add a comment or ask a question to keep the moment going a little longer. For example, just as you're about to say goodbye, she might say something like, "Oh, by the way, what do you think about this?" Or, "Before you go, I have to tell you something." This isn't because she suddenly remembered something urgent. It's her way of making sure the moment doesn't end too soon. In female psychology, the desire to prolong an interaction is a strong sign of interest. When a woman enjoys being with you, any goodbye feels too soon, and she looks for small reasons to keep the conversation going just a little bit longer. If you notice this, don't rush to say goodbye. Let the conversation continue naturally and use the moment to deepen your connection. These moments are perfect for building closeness because they show that both of you are enjoying the time together. One key thing to remember is that actions speak louder than words. If she consistently finds ways to linger, even during small interactions, it's because there's something about you that makes her want to stay. With these 9 signs, you now have a guide to understanding what a woman might be trying to communicate through her body language and actions, even when she doesn't say it outright. Women rarely express their interest in obvious words. Instead, they communicate with gestures meant for those who know how to interpret them. If you've noticed some of these signs from someone special, pay attention. You might be standing in front of an opportunity you hadn't seen before. Remember, the most important thing is to respond with confidence and authenticity. That's what truly creates a genuine connection. Component placement. And I want this space to be a refuge where we can explore deep and thought-provoking topics with respect and wisdom. Here, we go beyond the surface, examining the gestures, words, and subtle details that often go unnoticed, but have the power to transform how we experience our relationships. Together, let's discover how to better understand others and improve the quality of our lives, emotionally and in every other way. Because in the end, every moment spent reflecting on our connections brings us closer to a more authentic and fulfilling life. If this is your first time here, I invite you to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. What's coming next will surprise you and help you interpret the nuances of female psychology that you may have overlooked. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to Philosophy of Stoicism for more real and relatable advice on navigating the complexities of love and relationships. Remember, relationships take time, care, and effort, but the rewards are worth it when patience and understanding lead to trust and connection. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.